going on, everybody?
Hola.
Hey,
We're back.
we are definitely back. It's your boy Sean, Mr. NJ Brick City, and this is the UNFAMOUS Podcast. What's up?
Hi, just Kia.
Henry Hardaway.
Unreal Fiction.
No,
This is episode what again?
122.
22.
Got the
1,
22.
2, 3, 4.
Yeah, I think I have a song. Yeah,
I haven't heard this. I ain't even heard the song.
Wait, is that what it says?
Yeah,
Thought no?
I just heard people singing the hook.
Some shit.
Shit, thought though.
Oh.
That's what it says. That's what I heard.
I didn't know that.
That song is
I hear people singing it at work all the time. Like, you ain't heard that? That shit lit. I'm like, I ain't heard
Okay.
that. Whose song is it? Sorry.
I don't
No
know.
fucking clue, dog.
What's the name of the song? She a thought though?
I don't know.
I don't know.
I got
I
it
don't
from a
care.
commercial.
Apparently it's a
Uno,
big
dos,
hit
tres,
right now. I haven't
cuatro.
heard it. I don't listen to the radio, so I don't know.
That's hilarious.
That's hilarious.
It says one of those three shit thought though.
Yeah, that's not nice to say.
Is it?
Yeah, I mean, it might be. I don't know. She is
She
a
might be a thought.
Yeah, I mean.
She might be a thought though. So
We might
listen.
tell her what she ate.
There's dudes that's thoughts, there's females that's thoughts.
Yeah.
Are there any animal thoughts?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm glad you said it like that. Like, you know, like, yeah.
Dolphins are definitely thoughts.
Like, you was like, yeah. This one time I
Yeah.
saw a dog. And,
Hey, listen, this one time I saw like a primate. I'm not sure what kind of monkey it was, but they were involved in a 4-way.
Oh shit. Ooh.
Yeah. No real nigga shit. Like, it was two, like, in between the legs, and then one was like sucking on the nip, and I was like,
You know what you call that kind of monkey?
and the monkey was like laid out like this, and I was like, oh shit. I think it was a lady too. She was getting all the work.
Nah, I
Yeah.
know what kind of monkey it was. It was a chimpanzee.
Bro, I hate you so much, bro. With every fiber in my body. Bro.
Is that the name of the episode?
Probably will be. Man.
Chimpanzee, I hear pimping guys.
Yo.
Bro, I hate you, dog.
Back on this animal topic though, like dolphins be doing that shit too, cause they be raping people.
Yeah, they really do.
Yeah, not people, but
And people.
Damn. Wait, she said not people. Like,
And people.
well, no, they are very aggressive when they are horny though. There was a lady, she like trained dolphins or whatever, and she said the one particular dolphin, like he would like hump her.
Is that not
and
rape?
It's not rape because it's not penetrating.
Yet. He
That's
didn't
my
get
nigga
his
Flipper
little,
out there getting
But-
he didn't get his little tentacle piece in his
But they do
penis
rape.
out.
They do rape baby porpoises because they don't like them. Like it's an act of terror.
That's
Isn't that
wild.
weird?
Baby.
Yo,
Porpoises.
dolphins on some
Yeah,
crazy
so
shit.
porpoises are like cousins of dolphins. Like they're kind of like the same
Like a-
thing, but
Oh,
they're
so you're trying to say the
considered.
Dolphins from West Virginia. I see
No,
what
no,
you're
no,
talking
no, no.
Oh,
No,
shit.
you're
That was
I'm gonna
good.
get you to the point.
That
I'm
was
gonna beat
good.
y'all to the point. Cause I'm trying to say,
That was good. That was
That's
good.
the West Virginia Dolphins.
That was good.
Nah, bro.
Yeah,
We ain't claiming them.
Yeah.
That's
They ain't my nigga Flipper.
But the bad thing is they only do it to like the babies, not the adults. Like it's seriously
Bruh.
like just an act of terror.
they are pedophiles.
Yeah, it's an act of terror for real, for real. For real,
Dolphins
for
scare
real.
me. That's why I don't be fucking with them. Like,
Pedophiles.
And
Yeah,
the
right.
argument is they are pedophiles. The argument is the more intellectual a being is, the more propensity they have to be evil, and they use dolphins to prove it.
Yeah.
And octopi,
Not
What do
octopi.
the octopi be doing? Cream pies?
Oh.
ink pies.
Oh.
Ink pies.
Ew.
Ink pies in your eyes, bitch.
That's fucking disgusting, bro. What's wrong with y'all?
That's good.
Perverts. Jesus Christ.
He out there cuddling with them cuttlefish.
Not cuttlefish.
Oh man.
I know somebody got some cutty.
Exactly.
Cocklefish.
Taco? What?
I said cocklefish.
Ew.
Oh.
Not them
Yeah.
cucks. Them cuck ass fish.
Cook if you buck, boy.
What? Ew. That's weird.
Oh Lord.
Bruh, you remember when we was at work and we was talking about your boy? Who made that song? Mario Winans and shit? I don't wanna know.
No.
He was like, yo, my man, Sean.
Yo, yeah.
Shout out to him. He's
I
like,
kept
yo,
singing that shit.
he's like, yo, that's the most cuck ass song I've ever heard, bro.
No, I don't think so because dudes enjoy watching it. That's the whole. That's what
Yeah.
cuckold is. Men and women. 'Cause
Why
it
he
can be male
crying,
or female. But he don't want to know. He don't enjoy it, so it's not cuckold.
But he's, if you play me, keep it on the low. Like,
He crying and shit.
You know what?
oh, bitch.
You know what? Now that I think about the lyrics, I didn't think about it because I never liked the song. But damn, that's some funny shit.
Thank you.
He's sitting there crying and singing.
Fuck. So you okay with her cheating though, you piece of shit?
Right.
As long as he don't
He
know.
made it a hit song to his credit.
Yeah,
About
obviously
men
he
just
does know.
turning a blind eye to their woman cheating. Like, what man would be cool with it?
I haven't met very
To his
many.
brilliance, he made it a hit song. I never even thought about it. Like, I never
never
paid the song no attention.
Well, I mean, it was
But-
pretty expect P. Diddy.
P. Diddy out here on that cut shit, bruh.
Anywho, guys,
What's up?
How was your week?
Who going first?
You, I guess, since you started.
Well,
Started off with the question.
I got a promotion at my job.
Yeah.
Woo!
Do all kind of coke and fuck hookers and shit.
That's awesome. That's what you're supposed to do.
Yeah.
You know, spend my money at Onyx.
Hey.
Oh, you actually about to spend money this time?
And then take it back.
Few dollars here and there.
Okay.
Well, this is a nice little promotion.
I might actually get a dance.
I was just about to say that. Every time me and this man go to the strip club, this man don't ever get a dance, bro. He gets some drinks and chill.
Listen, he know his financial situation. Ain't nothing wrong with that.
Bro, we going $2 Tuesdays.
He know his financial situation. He patroning this establishment.
I'm broke right now. I got me a 4 for 4, so I might get a $5 meal.
That $5 box. That Mickey box.
Yeah, big money out here.
Come on, a cookie, bro.
Yeah, you know, I might get a cookie, bro. We also know that today is the last day before November. So I'm gonna go home.
That's not a thing, bro.
Dude, I do not want to know what you about to do.
So I'm gonna go home.
No,
I'm going on Pornhub. I'm gonna watch the Swalloween special.
He about to drain the main thing, dog.
Swalloween, Return to the Stabbing Cabin. You know, star my nigga Freddy Krueger and Fucky. He stars in Wild's Play.
Yeah, boy, Slayton Voorhees.
I'm gonna watch instead of Saw, I think it's Jaw. With the nigga Jizz.
No, wait. Slate some more Yeeks.
What a play game. That nigga Jizz Saw out here. Like,
Is the director M. Night come along?
Yo, that was a good one.
You ever seen the movie It Follows, She Swallows?
Did y'all see the cartoon? I mean, the Halloween costume where the dude was dressed as a click but had the it face and it was like clicks.
Yeah.
That shit was
I'm
funny.
sorry. I'm like, that's
I
disturbing.
did not see that. That sounded
Kind of reminds
brilliant.
me of Vagina Dentata.
Wow.
You ever seen that movie?
What is that?
It's an awful film. Like, it's awful.
Like Vagina Monologues or something?
No. It's about a woman who has teeth in her vagina.
Wait,
What?
isn't that
That's a horror movie?
Yeah, well, kind of, but it's
It
like
is a horror
it's like a
movie.
cheesy horror film, like not
Any
like
man
a.
would be scared of that like this.
I thought that was called Teeth or some shit.
It's called Teeth.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think it
How
is
the fuck
called
you know
Teeth,
about
but
that?
it's a.
Listen,
That's what
isn't it
That's what they
Japanese
named
or
the
some
term.
shit?
No, I don't think it's in
They
Japanese.
might have taken it away. I mean, they might have.
Oh,
seen it
okay.
too?
I saw teeth.
Teeth, yeah.
You saw that shit?
That's the term that's
What
the
you be
term
watching?
of her condition, vagina dentata. That's the
When
term
you be
of
watching
her
that
condition.
shit?
Wow.
You didn't tell me about that shit?
Yeah.
She didn't want to. The
That's
fuck?
some wild shit.
She didn't want you to feel scared, bro. When you ready to lay down
I didn't
that
know.
pipe.
Listen, I didn't know she was that wild. You know?
Oh.
I mean, you
Talk
never-
about that snapper.
Oh,
But yeah, that's what it made me think of. Anywho, sorry.
damn, bro.
But yeah, that's what I'm gonna do, and that's what's happening in my week.
Woohoo!
Fapping and promotions.
Yeah.
That sounds great.
Fat motions. I don't know.
No.
No? Alright.
Fapping and dapping. I don't know.
Ew,
Ew.
no.
Come on, bro.
Nah, fuck that
I mean,
shit.
if you
Wait,
want
I
to
gave you
dance,
that what I
it's
want
fine.
to
Too late, bro. Too late.
If you
No,
want to dance,
that was lotion.
That's jerkins.
I'm fucking dead.
Yo, that's
Kind of wow tonight.
oh yeah. How was your week, bro? Bro, why do you want to eat shit right when it's
I didn't know it was my
Beat your
turn.
mouth. Wow.
You don't know it was your turn?
Yeah,
You know it goes.
we skipped Kia.
Not really. She
introduced
started.
it, so we just.
So it's gonna come to me and then go to her. There's something wrong with you.
Oh, what's my way on?
I don't think we care anymore.
Man, shut the fuck up.
I love this. Thank you. Shit. Thank you. About time. Shit. Think. See? Oz ain't little Oz no more. He a grown fucking mind.
Mine.
He a grown
mind.
mind.
But
Go ahead,
Oh, is that mine too?
you know, just been hanging out with the girlfriend real quick. You know, I'll be, you know, just me and Nikki doing some shit.
Doing some
Man, can't nobody hear you. Speak up.
I'm speaking loud.
Oh, now you are.
Anyway, just that me and Nikki hanging out and shit. Been playing that Call of Duty. Yo, that Call of Duty lit though. I
It's the new one?
Yeah.
I heard the campaign was controversial. Have you played the campaign yet?
Yo,
Not yet.
Like they got
What's
kids
the
in there.
campaign?
okay, so I was sitting here playing. I just played it today. I was sitting there playing.
Finished it or
wait.
just?
I didn't.
Guys,
What is
guys,
the campaign?
campaign is the story.
It's like the story.
Oh, okay.
But
So-
he gonna set it up.
So I was just playing that shit today, right? I'm like, this is some wild shit. So, like, there's one scene where this guy has a bomb on him, and he's in a group of a whole bunch of hotties. He's like, I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do. And he's screaming and shit. And then one of the guys goes up to him and is like, oh shit, it's like 5 seconds left. He was like, well, we gotta do some shit. I tried to save him, but no. I think Commander Price from the original Modern Warfare, he pushes him off, and he blows up. And he saves the other hostages, but he dies instead. And that shit was fucking wild, though. It was like some wild shit. And then there's this one scene where you go in with night vision goggles, you up inside of a fucking house, and then out of nowhere you just hear a baby crying. And I walk in to open the door slowly, and this lady comes out. She's like, ah! And it was her baby. I had to shoot her because she was gonna kill me. But the baby's in the crib crying and shit. I was like, this is some wild shit. And I get to the top floor. This other lady's like holding her hands up, and then my finger slipped and I shot. So
That's what every cop said
yeah,
ever.
but seriously. And then we get to the end, and he's like, okay, well, she had the fucking bomb device or whatever, the remote trigger, and he was like, well, it's a good thing we shot her because she was about to blow us the fuck up. So that shit is wild as fuck. There's a lot of controversy.
Wait, who the people who I guess produce or make this game, are they like former soldiers and stuff?
I mean, no. Usually when they make games like this and shit,
they consult with the military.
Yeah, they consult a lot with the military, and
but
they
it's not
listen to different stories and develop their own.
I think I've been looking it up online, and they came out with Modern Warfare before, and this is like a remake of it, a modern telling of it. So they wanted to make it where the player had a choice. They wanted to add more morality into it because they saying that the traditional way of war, where you knew your enemy, is gone. Like, you can be out in somewhere and somebody can come up to you and shoot you or blow you up. So
that was literally like one of the scenes. I was sitting there just like as a police officer. They were just investigating these one guys, and we go up to the van. And we tell the guys to get out, they're holding their hands up, and the van just drives off and blows up in the middle of a group of people. I was like, yo, that shit was fucking wild. I mean,
that's yeah.
I mean, I think it's their way of telling, people who obviously a lot of us haven't been over there. And to see kind of what a real soldier goes through.
Oh yeah.
In modern times.
Yeah, I've had a friend of mine, really close friend. I've known him since I was 11. But he went into the Air Force when he was 17. So this was like when shortly after, we were still in Afghanistan and in Iraq and all of that. And anywho, he shared some stories, and he was like, you just never knew. Like there would be times when, like the barracks that they were living in, like they would randomly get bombed. Like once the place that got bombed was like 2 doors down from his, and they saw all kinds of stuff. And I was like, yo, I couldn't even imagine. Like, I don't know if I'm gonna wake up tomorrow. Like, and he was like, honestly, I mean, it's kind of like, it kind of got to the point where it was like, when you get on the road, there's a possibility that you could crash, but whatever. Yeah. Like, that's kind of how you think. And then there's another time where they were like in a Humvee or whatever, and he was like on top, so he had the large gun on the top or whatever, and there was a kid coming towards them, but their protocol is if they get too close and they don't like heed to the warnings, then you have to shoot them, and it was his duty to shoot them or whatever. And so he was like I really didn't want to like shoot this kid. Like I was really like, he was really hesitant because I mean, little boy was maybe like 9 or something like that. So he was like split second, last minute, he instead of shooting him, he pulls out his handgun and points it at him, and the little boy like turns around and runs away.
Yeah, better to scare him off. Turns
out that's how they're trained. Like when they were in whatever group they were a part of, that's how they were trained or punished. Like if they were disobedient or if someone had to die, the leader would always pull a handgun. So they were more afraid of handguns than they were of like machine guns and the Humvees and shit like that. But he was like, I had no clue. Like, and he was like, sometimes I dream about him, and I was like, shit.
I always wonder, like, if a soldier come from war, from Afghanistan to Pakistan, and they've been around, like, bombs blowing, car bombs, a lot of car bombs and stuff like that. imagine them coming to a city like New York or something, where it's cars all around.
Yeah,
Like, with
yeah.
the anxiety and the stress from just,
Yeah.
even though it's innocent, but
Now,
to us,
PTSD is real,
It's
though.
very
right?
real.
Yeah.
And it like there was a guy who used to come into. I used to work at Friendly's back home, and
they got some bomb ass ice cream.
yeah, he was a sniper a long time ago. Like he was very much retired by the time he started coming to Friendly's, but he still didn't like when people would sneak up on him. Like you could not approach him from the back. Like he would freak the fuck out.
I don't like that shit
No,
now.
like it now. I can definitely understand that.
So yeah, it's definitely real, man. People just don't like. My dad was a sniper, and he said when he sleeps, when he's sober, he still sees every face that he had to.
I've heard that.
Sometimes it seems the government don't give no help for that shit either.
I know, and that's
Really, you gotta fight for it.
Yeah.
You do.
That's sad.
You really have to fight for it.
And usually when you come out of the military, a lot of them, I mean, at least in the, like, back then, when they come out of the military, they don't, like, give them any type of school for, hey, this is how life fucking works.
Yeah.
They don't do that shit. Because they basically cater everything to you. Like, they pretty much take care of you, so you don't have to
You don't have to do very much. Yeah, you just do what you're told, basically.
And it's like when you get into reality, you're like a baby again.
Yeah.
You know, you just gotta pretty much learn how to do shit.
I mean, when you come back from the war zone, you get it's like a 2-week period. As far as I know, it used to be 2 weeks. I don't know if it still is, but it's 2 weeks where you're like in a facility, and it's kind of like where they're ushering you back into civilian world or whatever, and they do evaluations and stuff like that. But it's just not enough, in my opinion. Like you can't go from being willing to kill children to just chilling.
But the sad part is, and I wonder what the numbers are. Just as far as soldiers who come back, who've been in stressful situations like that, like are they the ones who are becoming police officers, or without the proper training to adhere to civilian world?
That's a good question.
And is that what makes them trigger happy because of the experiences they had overseas, that they haven't been properly adapted to civilian life, and they treat,
It could be a factor.
It could
be one of the factors.
Yeah.
I mean,
I just wanted to know, I'm having a look into like the numbers of ex-soldiers who become police officers.
Yeah.
I wonder.
Yeah. It's a tough thing, man. It's a tough thing. Like,
Shout out to the soldiers too.
Yeah, man. All the sacrifice,
all the sacrifice. We appreciate it.
Not just the one, like definitely the ones who are, physically maimed, but the majority of them that go over, that come back and don't have those physical scars, they definitely have emotional scars, and it's hard to navigate. So, shout out, dog.
Shout out to my brother, Vince, because he was over there, man. And that shit used to bother the fuck out of me, but he made it back home, and I think for him, his biggest thing was like, I'm just gonna go back to school. So that's why he's doing the IT thing. It just gives his mind something to do.
Yeah, something.
He's told me some of those stories about what happened over there, because he was I guess dealing with like the jails that they had over there. He was like, yo, you would like see the wildest shit. Like they'll be enclosed, and anything outside, if they get too close to the fence, you put them down regardless. But it was one time he saw like this one dude, and it was like a kid out there, and the dude came up to the kid and like cracked him over his head or some shit like that, and started raping the kid. And I was like, yo, what did you do? He was like,
couldn't do
nothing.
Yeah, that
you
ain't got
just
nothing
let
to
that
do
rock.
with him. Yeah, you can't interfere.
I was like, son. He was like,
you can't interfere. It's true.
So trust me, I understand what some people be going through when it comes to that shit.
Yeah.
That's a hard pill to swallow.
It is. It's a lot.
That's why I be like, man, Vince, don't get Call of Duty, bro.
But that's what I was wondering.
I mean, he did it so we can wild out.
Is so like it seems so with the games now, like they're so realistic. You know what I'm saying? And it's like I'm never one to say, well, games make people violent. However, I do think that games like this there should be like a real live age limit on it.
Well,
like
it is.
Teenagers.
It's definitely hard.
It says rated M.
So how old do you have to be?
You gotta be like 17 and up.
Yeah, see, I think it should be higher than that. Only because scientifically speaking, the frontal lobe isn't fully formed until 25, and that's your impulse control section.
I agree,
but guess
but
what?
To their counter argument, they'll be like, well, 18-year-olds can go into the military, so that's what they'll be like, well.
Yeah, but even with that, they can go in the military and they still can't drink legally.
Yeah, but they can
But
shoot
also,
motherfuckers.
Yeah, they can shoot people.
It's also a parenting thing too. Like I see a lot. Like you be playing Call and you hear kids and shit.
Yeah,
shit.
I mean, if I was a parent, my child would definitely not. They would not be involved whatsoever. Like you can't play it. It's a no, dog. It's a no. If your friend got it, y'all can come over here, but you ain't going over there.
I ain't gonna lie, because I mean, every time I hear it, I'm like, Bro, we had some fucked up games too, man. I mean, we had Street Fighter, bro. I'm just saying, you was fighting in the streets.
Yeah, but
I agree, but I just think the graphics are different.
You know how many days I walked home and I worried about somebody throwing the Hadouken at me and shit?
Tiger.
Exactly.
Tiger.
Come on, bro. Like, Hadouken!
Tiger.
Yo, at the same time, like,
okay.
before video games, it was movies. So
yeah,
but
I feel like with movies, like there's more, and this goes back to parenting. Like you have to control the amount of exposure. You know what I'm saying? Like
we had terrible parents growing up then.
I mean,
I watched everything.
They like to say a lot about video games, but it's like a lot of shit. It's not just that. It's shit. YouTube.
Well, yeah, I was say YouTube now.
But listen, you don't even have to play a video game. You can watch YouTube and watch somebody else play it.
But I'm gonna tell you something. I grew up in the era before YouTube and all that. So if somebody did have a violent or somewhat controversial, like Mortal Kombat came out, first controversial game that came out.
Yeah, I remember that. Yeah.
That's when they had fatalities where you could rip people's head off. This was '92 when I was a kid.
Yeah.
My mom might not have allowed it. But my homeboy mom,
yeah,
fuck, I come over here, we can play Mortal Kombat all night.
But this is the great part. They had it in like pizza shops and all that shit. So it's not like you even get away from it. Like it was going to be there.
Then you know, real quick, I don't want to keep harping on it, but I had a Super Nintendo at the time, which had Mortal Kombat, but it was the safe one. There was no blood in it. Yeah, it was like really PG for kids. Yeah. But the Sega one. The Sega Genesis one was the uncensored one. So
blood.
You go to your homeboy crib like, what you got, bro? That Super Nintendo or that Sega? I got that Sega with that Mortal Kombat. I'm one way, my nigga. Let's get it.
That ass, bro. I'm saying, man. Some violent games back then, man. That shit scared me, bro. Playing Mario Brothers, worrying about motherfuckers jumping on turtles and shit. Fuck.
Nigga Mario Kart, you know what I'm saying?
Exactly. You know how scared I am now when I drive? I hope nobody throws a fucking banana. God damn it. I ain't trying to spin out of control.
I fuck that banana. That red shell. No, that red shell. That blue shell. Go get the leader. Yeah. That red shell get the person in front of you.
Bro. Exactly.
Or you might get that star and be invincible.
Bro, you know how fucking trippy Mario is? Like,
yeah, bro.
Getting bigger off of mushrooms and shit.
Yeah, bro. They be dropping acid.
And you be eating stars and turning
dropping acid. That's dropping acid.
Yeah.
I remember my favorite stage on Mario Kart, and
which one?
Mario 64.
Hell yeah.
And it's not
the star stage.
No,
that shit.
Rainbow Road, and it's not. I'm not trying to knock or it's not pro LGBT or anything like this. Literally, Rainbow Road.
We have to say that.
Yeah, but it was the last stage on the game. It was the longest. And it was cause I like that stage because if you was back, the stage was so long to give you a chance to catch up. You know what I'm saying? Because
you know, it was the
longest stage.
I've been playing
Rainbow Road.
I've been playing the one on the Switch, whatever. They brought that shit back. I was like, hell yeah.
And I like the one with you was in the mansion and they had the ghost mansion and shit dropped.
Yeah, I remember that. I remember that one.
Yeah.
My hand-eye coordination was never good enough for those games, so I mean, you know.
I be trying to play with my girl.
We all have our flaws.
She be getting mad.
Oh.
I'm mad you.
Why? Are you a gloater?
No, I'm not. She just get mad. I was like, oh.
I always wonder, are you know, I know you still talk about your week or whatever, but are you two very competitive when y'all play?
Here's the thing. I'm not, because I know. But anyway, I'm not, but she is. She's ready.
If that's the attitude, I would be competitive with you as well.
But no, it was like, see, I guess it's because anytime it's like something competitive, I'm like, you know, I'll be good at it. You know what I'm saying? But it's like, I don't want to.
You don't want to be.
I don't want to tone myself down for her. Because I know it's like.
You show her no mercy.
No mercy.
It's an insult when you do it, in my opinion.
Exactly. That's why I don't do it. But then it's like I can't help it because like she get mad. She's like, Nikki, I'm sorry.
You gotta make it up to her, bro.
Yeah. I think that's a balance.
People get mad when they lose.
But me personally, I truly want her to get better. So.
So you saying steel sharpens steel?
Yeah, basically.
I mean, if you beat her in Mortal Kombat, just give her that slatality afterwards.
Or that bait ballad.
Wait, what?
No, that's wild.
Yeah, you doing too much, bro.
That baby gray ballad.
I like that though. I can do that. Me and the main, we usually play a pool together. And I haven't beat him in a series yet, but I won a couple games, you know. So I'm still working on it, you know.
Working on teaching you to play pool better.
I know how it feels. Me and T will play like, what's that, air hockey or some shit, and she'll win. I don't even care.
Soup now. I can't.
So,
I don't know how to tone it down. I don't know how to tone it down.
Wait,
What's up?
I'm not even trying to play. Me personally, I'm not even trying to play air hockey with T. She's a monster.
Really?
God damn. She was whooping all my asses.
Man, everybody.
I was like,
I didn't know she was
bro, she ran the table. Then she gonna talk shit, and I be looking at her like.
I was like, that's your girl.
I just looking at her, I'm like, this is your thing.
Yep.
It's
like,
okay.
where did this come from?
Because then it was one of these days, I was like, yo, you wanna play Mortal Kombat? She was like, yeah. Playing it. Bruh, I beat the fuck out of her, dog. Beat the shit out of her. And then she like, you ain't had to do no fatality. Nah, bro. You about to catch these hands.
You didn't have to do the fatality.
Ray tone it down just a little bit. Yeah.
Bruh, no quarter. No quarter given when it comes to
I ain't gonna lie.
You know why? Because that's
let
how
it be
I was.
something. You turn it down on me and I'm taking advantage. I don't care. So you better turn it up.
I'm used to, when I grew up, my mom, we would play video games. So we would play Street Fighter, all that shit. So it'd be me, her, my stepsister, you know, all that shit. So we're all playing it. That motherfucker used to beat the shit out of me. So I'm like, I'm not showing no fucking mercy.
Yeah.
You about to catch it.
Yeah, because I was playing, I think, Super Smash Bros. With Nikki, and I tried to, let me calm down a little bit. Nah, she started whooping my ass. I'm like, nah, bro.
Gotta turn it back up. I gotta turn it back up a little bit now.
Yeah. Nobody got time for that. Like, fuck that. Like, you know, if you win, you win. I'm cool with it. But, like, Josh will tell you, that man doesn't beat me in, you know, Madden, I don't know, countless times. I don't care. I'm like, all right, let's play again.
Madden ain't the game you get frustrated. It's 2K that you get frustrated.
Yeah, I get frustrated as fucking.
Because people don't be making shots and shit.
Bro.
They're supposed to be
But
making
that's
shots.
the sad part. He's been a witness to this shit. He be like, bro, he wide open.
Yeah, I was like, yo, what the fuck?
It's like, he be like, bro, that's Steph Curry. How did he miss that? I'm like, I have no idea. This nigga pull up with, who the fuck is somebody? Vlade Divac or some dumb shit that's shooting threes from half court.
Shit,
I'm like,
threes with Shaq and shit.
yeah, I'm like, what the fuck? I'm like, bro, you put a cheat code in, dog.
Like the emoji says.
Nah, fuck you. You done with your week?
Pretty much.
All right. Well, my week was pretty decent. I didn't really do much, man. It's been a couple of weeks. I haven't been doing anything. Just been sitting here saving money and chilling, man. You know, trying to get this trip paid off for the Bahamas and shit. Really looking forward to next month because that's gonna be like our official month of like spending Thanksgiving together. I mean, we did last year. But you know when you in that awkward phase when you just get with somebody and you don't really know, it's like, I ain't trying to introduce this motherfucker to my family and we ain't really working and shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, who knows what's gonna happen?
Yeah.
So I think we was in that phase. And now that's like, all right, we kind of stuck with each other at least for a while. Let's see how this works out. All right. You can meet my family now. I was like, oh, okay. So I'm definitely looking forward to that. Last week, went to go see my aunt. She was in the hospital at one point in time. She had, you know, fluid on her lungs, whatever, but she's good to go. I mean, we tough in our family. And I took T to see her, and it was just dope to see my aunt interact with her, because this is my oldest aunt. This is my grandmother's sister. So you know, I've known her all my life also. So it's like, oh shit, it's Aunt Helen, yay! So you know, well, first thing, Aunt Helen gave me the best compliment I've ever heard in my entire life. I walk in, she was like, boy, you losing weight, you slimming down. I was like, all right, now, Auntie. That's what I'm talking about. This, getting with my fitness. What? What? Man, look, I just have the sniffles sometimes.
Wait, I was talking about whatever she was on from the hospital, not you.
Mind your business.
She complimented. He was like, thank you, Auntie. She was like, you crying, nigga? No, it's, you know, it's a little windy in here. Shit.
Exactly. Yeah, I'm
good.
But it was cool because T was saying, she's like, yo, I find it so, like, I get not amazing, but she loves the fact that like all the older people in my family, they haven't lost any part of their mind.
Their mental faculty.
None of it. My aunt remembers shit like this, and she's with it, funny, all that shit. My grandmother's the same way. Like it's something that, I mean, I guess I'm not saying I got, you know, I could look forward to. I guess whenever I get to that age, where it's like it's good to know that we all just have our mind in our family, so it's cool. What did we do that Friday? I don't think we did. No, that was that Friday we did that shit. That Saturday, ended up going down to Columbia. It was her cousin's probate. Never been to one. So
What'd you think?
I thought it was dope.
Was it at South Carolina USC or
Yeah.
Benedict USC?
Yeah.
Okay.
But for some reason, they don't have them on campus, so they have them like somewhere else.
Yeah. When they have it on campus, they're more strict about what's considered hazing, and the school can get involved, and then you can get in trouble. So.
But I think her cousin was a Zeta, so I was like, okay, that's what's up. I'm like,
1921. Shout out to the Doves.
Oh shit! And like, look at these beautiful black women doing their thing. I was like, that's what's up. But it was just funny because. I mean, I've been around sororities and fraternities, but it was just funny, like, somebody would say something, and it would trigger somebody else to do some shit that was random. I'm like, what the fuck?
Oh, yeah,
like,
yeah.
somebody,
the bros.
I'm like, what the fuck did he, who
when
said?
the bros do it, then the reds gotta set it off.
So, I'm like, what the fuck is going on?
I have no idea what you're talking about.
Exactly.
But real quick, do every sorority have, like, a fraternity that they get aligned to?
So, here's the thing.
Officially,
unofficially, yes, but officially, the only fraternity and sorority that are actually connected, like in their bylaws and constitution, are the Zetas and the Sigmas. They actually their lines are like they cross together from time to time, so they're constitutionally bound. The Deltas and the Omegas, it's not in their bylaws. They one of the founders for the Deltas and one of the founders for the Omegas, like they got married and shit, and so that's how they became really close or whatever. And then the Kappas, sometimes you'll see them associated with SG Rose.
Kappas like free agents out here.
Well, sometimes you'll see them associated with SG Rose every now and again, but for the most part, they still have what they call their Kappa Sweethearts, which isn't really a sorority. But we're gonna leave that alone. I'm not gonna say that. I'm not gonna put that out there like that. I'm not gonna pass that type of persona on. Yeah. And but they all have them. Like the Kappas had their sweethearts. The Omegas had Omega Pearls. I forgot. I don't know what the Alphas were. Oh yeah, and the Alphas and the AKAs. Like so, they were both started first. But they're technically not bound either. Not constitutionally.
Sound like Game of Thrones.
Yeah, right. Shit.
Like that's what it seems like to be with all that.
I mean, from
they
somebody
on gang shit, you know.
I don't know anything about the whole.
And then you got your iotas,
frat life, you know, sorority life. So I just find it interesting. I don't.
Yeah. It was very interesting.
I think where it started and where it is, I appreciate where it came from, like the necessity of why it came about. Like you had these students who were mostly at historically black universities, but some of them were at white colleges, very few, and they just needed like that safe haven. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like they needed to feel like they belonged and to have like that camaraderie to get them through or whatever. And so that was where all of them, you know, started from. And so I think that's really dope. Okay. Just to see.
Cool. Oh,
yeah. But other than that, I ain't gonna do nothing else, man. Like I said, it's just been a regular slow week, which I love. I love these slow weeks. I don't really need a lot of shit going on. I'm trying to figure out what I'm gonna do tomorrow, as far as hanging out with you. I just don't know what though. But other than that, yeah. What the fuck? What's wrong with that rocker? Like you going through something?
I'm gonna live every day like I no fucking tomorrow. Oh, my kids don't tomorrow.
Hit the mile, buy it all.
Sorry, guys.
Bro, I used to hear that shit in the strip club all the time. Good times. Okay. So what's up with your week, lady?
My week was full of a lot of sleep. A lot of sleep. More sleep than studying. Whatever. Okay. Yeah, trying to get everything situated for the move so it can happen as smoothly as possible. My theme for this move is I will spend whatever I have to so I don't have to do manual labor. So we have hired someone to do the deep cleaning. We are going to hire movers. The only thing I'm going to do is unpack my shit when it gets there.
You know what? And to piggyback off what you're saying, I wish as a man I could say that. But if I tell one of my homeboys, man, I'm about to hire somebody, I'm like, nigga, man, if you don't goddamn get that truck, man, I'll go help you move all that shit.
Man, fuck that.
I'm about to say. All my homeboys be like, bro, I can help you move that shit. Like, damn, I really don't want it.
Originally, I wasn't going to pay for it. I was actually talking to the main, and I was like, hey, so I know what I want for my birthday, and I was just going to get him to rent a truck and move it. And he was like, I mean, if you want to, I can just pay for the movers, like, because he was like, I don't move any of my stuff. For what? Why?
All my homeboys, I help them move or they help me move. I've never hired anybody to help me move.
I mean, that should be cool until you hurt yourself. And then
I know. But as you get older, as you know, I was younger, but now as I'm getting older,
I'm just not even about to. Because I mean, the one with the house that you guys came to visit, like I used to live in a house behind that one. And just moving from that house to the house that we're in now, like getting my box spring up the stairs, it was hell. And it wasn't even me. It was the main and then one of my friend's husband. Like they helped move our stuff, but it was hell. And I was like, I don't got time.
You know what? Every time I move, you know how I be frustrated at the most? Myself. Because I never realized how much shit I got.
You don't know until you move.
Like, damn, I forgot I had this shit.
See,
damn.
That's why I purged. That's exactly when I start packing stuff up. If I ain't used it or seen it in a year or two, it's gone. I don't care. Get rid of it.
You seen my crib. That's why I fully don't unpack. Honestly, I don't. Because I'm like, I might just move again anyway.
Yeah.
That's why, hopefully, in the next year or two, I'm going to get a house.
Ooh.
That's what's up.
Like houses.
Get a house. I'm just tired of this shit. Since I'm not moving anywhere else in my life. Why not?
So yeah, there's that. Very little studying, but some. Got to see the main yesterday for a little quick drop by.
Ooh, but the main keeps showing up a little bit. You know?
He always shows up.
That drive
by a lot more lately, though.
Honestly, no, not really.
Seems like it. You've been talking about him a lot.
Oh yeah, I mean I've been talking about him a lot, but he's always present. I haven't really talked about him, but he's always present.
He had to drain the main thing.
And did.
This is the key we miss. When she be talking about getting them Yeeks flats.
But yeah, it was good. It was a good night. We went to, we'd already eaten, so we went to the Cheesecake Factory, had a drink, and the pumpkin pie cheesecake, that shit was bomb.
That's Cheesecake Factory.
Oh Lord. So then, we went back, had some good conversation. I lost the sock. Don't know where the fuck it is, but I was like, that was a good night. You know,
knocked your socks off, literally.
Wow, you're wild.
I was getting ready.
Out here knocking on socks. Damn.
Mr.
I was like, ooh, that's a good night right there. Can't even find the sock. He was like, you want me to move everything around? I was like, nah, fuck that sock. Whatever.
Damn.
Fuck that sock.
But okay, did you go to sleep just like just laying on the bed?
No, so when I went to sleep, I only had one sock on. Like,
yeah.
I didn't I was like, I don't know what the fuck happened. And I woke up early because I had to be somewhere or whatever. And I was like trying to find all my shit and searching, found his boxes, found my underwear. I just couldn't find my damn socks. I was like, fuck that sock.
Where's my hands? Y'all never heard that shit? It's on, what's the name? Speaker Box in the Love Below. And it's on the Love Below side.
Oh, you talking about, is that skit with Beyonce?
No, it was the Ice Cold shit. No, I'm talking about, what's the name? Outkast.
Yeah, I know, but I remember they had a skit, I think it was Beyonce, and he was talking about, he was fucking with some shit, and it was, I don't remember what the album was on, it was an Outkast skit, and she was talking, I gotta remember, I don't know.
I just know that she was just woke up, she was like, it's 7:48. Where are my panties? Where are my panties? And it was funny because then it goes to him thinking, he's like, I know she thinks that I'm gonna think that she's a hoe. Nah, I just think she knows what she wants out of life.
I think I remember hearing that.
I just gonna lay in her hair.
Yeah, that's
like she's as sweet as she could be.
Yeah.
Maybe she cook me some breakfast. And they all hear is ice cold. I mean, like, that shit was good, man. One of the most underrated albums ever, bro. Honestly.
Love them.
Yeah, but alright. Anything else with your week, lady?
Anything else with my week? No, I don't think so. Next week is my birthday week. Woo.
Happy birthday.
So I won't be here Thursday, guys. I think I told y'all that already.
Not recording Thursday anyway.
Oh, okay. Well, there
Wednesday.
you go. Oh.
Yeah, we're doing Wednesdays next week. Oh, yeah.
Oh, does that start next week?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, next week. Yep.
Oh, that worked out. Okay.
Yep.
It's a good thing I didn't
Josh,
decide to
did
leave
you buy
Wednesday
that
night.
shit?
So I almost did.
Not yet, because we ain't got paid yet. And I can't even pay attention right now.
I love Josh.
I hate him. Let me go on them jerky.
So next week's gonna be fun. I have a wedding to go to that Thursday, and then my birthday celebration starts that Friday. It's about to be litty. What else? Oh, I lost another half an inch off my waist at the gym. Ow.
Working on your fitness.
We're in 2 and 3 and 4 in. So
you
I'm
have a target weight you try to achieve?
No, I don't have a target weight. Not in particular. My only goal is to get tight. That's it. Whatever that looks like. Right. Yeah, just to get tight. That's it.
Get it right.
That's all I'm trying to do.
With the 6-pack.
I never really had a 6-pack before. I always get that, the outside.
The journey you on,
I don't know, because even at my fitness, I never had the 6-pack. I had the little cut, I had the outline on the outside, but I never had the 6-pack. It was always just flat. So I don't know. It's not that
V cut.
6-pack.
I was a solid 160 then. Those are the good old days.
Damn, trust me, I know how that feels. I used to have a wild 6-pack back in the day. Chest, arms, all that shit. And then, you know.
Food camp.
I had a wild 6-pack back in the day too. Had Ice House, a couple Budweiser.
Stop it, say that. Oh my God. Alright, so what's on the docket?
What's on the docket? Can we first have a moment of silence for John Witherspoon?
Of course.
I thought you said a small chronic break, but yeah, we can do that for John. What?
Okay. Alright.
From the Snoop album. Have a moment of silence for this small chronic break. But yeah, absolutely for OG.
Yeah, man. Bang, 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 aka Pops.
They can't bring back Boondocks now.
Well, and I don't know what they're going to do with that. Because they've already started recording.
Yeah, they had a new season.
Was he already, did he already do it?
I don't know.
They can always get his son to do it. Because his son
he sound like him?
JD sounds exactly like him sometimes.
Okay.
It's kind of scary.
That's cool.
Yeah.
All right.
I remember, John Witherspoon gave me some solid life advice.
That's about to be it, dude.
He said, don't let the pussy whip you. Whip that pussy.
Ain't pussy whipping. I whip pussy.
He gave me food advice. Get some hot sauce on my burrito, baby. Old like to eat too.
You gotta worry about it. Catching your ass.
You know the weird part? I just watched Hollywood Shuffle last week, and he's in Hollywood Shuffle.
What's Hollywood Shuffle?
You should watch that movie. It's made by Robert Townsend, and it's basically this guy. He's trying to be an actor. It's basically like an all-black cast. Wayne's are in it, all that.
Okay.
And he's trying to be an actor, and he's trying the roles that they have for black actors at this time. Like thugs, drug dealers, pimps, stuff like that, or as they call them, street hoods. I don't even know why they call people street hoods. I don't know what that means.
That sounds like white
street niggas from the hood.
Yeah, I don't know. But they were just like, can you act more black and this and that? Like, put some jive in it and all that shit. Dead ass. Watch the movie. Because then they have a part, because he does a lot of daydreaming throughout the movie. And they have the part, he's like, hi, I'm Robert Taylor. He's like, this is part of the black acting school. And every time he say it, you would hear black acting school. This shit was stupid.
That reminds me of a Spike Lee movie.
Pretty much.
Sounds like
Robert Townsend, Eddie Murphy, Spike Lee, they underappreciated, but they made some dope.
So the funny part is in one part is teaching this dude how to talk jive. Just I guess that's how they talk back then. Talk jive. And they had white dudes teaching the class. Yeah. So
I can see how this is going.
So there's one dude's like, you jive turkey motherfucker. He was like, yeah. And then he was like, and then another black dude was like, you motherfucker turkey jive. He's like, no. That's all wrong. He's like, you jive turkey motherfucker. The white dude said, he's like, you gotta walk like this. He's like, no. That's all wrong. Like this. So he's walking shit is funny. And they got John Witherspoon in it, and he runs this restaurant called Winky Dinky Dog. And he's like, yeah, I'm about to make them hoe cakes. Hoes gotta eat cake too. That shit
man.
funny.
I didn't realize, how you don't realize how appreciated someone is, and I was dang, first of all, I feel like he played pretty much the same character in every movie, but it was funny every time.
It was always Pops.
It was always Pops, dog. But he was always funny, dog. Always.
Oh, absolutely. OG comedy. Bro.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
His stand-up was funny, too.
Yeah. I've never actually seen one of his stand-ups.
Stand-up was funny.
You gotta get stand-up.
Yeah,
I have to watch one. I've never seen one of his stand-ups.
He's a funny dude, man. Yeah. If I could suggest anything that people would listen to, just hearing him just randomly talk, go back and watch or listen to the Joe Rogan episode when he was on there, him and his son. He told a lot about his life, just about coming up in the comedy world and all that. The dude is so interesting.
Yeah.
Extremely interesting. It's weird when I saw he died. Somebody posted. I was like, why the fuck y'all always trying to kill somebody? So I thought I was like, man, stop posting this bullshit.
Yeah, that's what
and
I
thought. Then I googled it and it was like, oh shit, he actually did die. I was like, man, that fucking sucks. Like, I like this guy a lot. So, yeah, man.
I don't know why it is that out of all kind of entertainers that die, this is me, my personal opinion. It seemed like when comedians die, it seemed like it hit the hardest.
Yeah, because I feel like we take them for granted. Yeah.
It brought you joy.
Yeah.
So you be like, damn, why am I getting?
Because when Bernie Mac died, I was like,
man, yeah. That
Charlie
was
Murphy, you know.
Oh, yep. And he died during the tour.
Right.
I felt really bad with Charlie Murphy.
Because his wife had passed away a couple years before that from cancer as well.
Oh wow, I didn't know that.
Yeah, it was tough.
Damn, Charlie Murphy.
Yeah, man. Yeah, it's always sad when they go, dog.
To piggyback off of that, I don't know if anybody seen the Dolomite movie.
I haven't.
Oh my god,
that shit
dope as
fuck.
That
funny as fuck.
Okay.
Dolomite is my name, and fucking up motherfuckers is my game.
So
I found out who that lady was.
Whatchamacallit plays Dolomite? Eddie Murphy?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
But he didn't. But the thing about it, if you follow Dolomite, he didn't exactly use Rudy Ray Moore's accent. Kind of like he didn't really do it exactly how Rudy Ray Moore said it, but he still got it across. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I've never seen the original Dolomite.
Oh, you gotta see Dolomite, Human Tornado, P.D. Wheatstraw, Set the Devil's Son-in-Law, all that shit, man. That's classics.
Wow, yo, like,
wow,
bro,
fucking white chicks and
that was taboo at that time. So
yeah.
And they showed the scene in the movie where he had a sex scene with a white chick, and they had the fucking ceiling fall down on him. He had like some chandeliers in the wall, and they was moving up and shit.
Yeah, it was down. Funny because he was like, I ain't no sex symbol and shit.
And then your boy Wesley Snipes, they was like, we shouldn't do this thing. Ain't nobody gonna watch this. He was like, I don't know about it, but that shit was funny as fuck.
Bro. So wait, is it like a remake or is it about like the person's life?
It's about the person's life. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's
but
about
he's a comedian.
Yeah.
Actually, to be honest with you, he was the first real. I ain't gonna say first real, but I think I'm not sure if like a Sammy Davis or anything was able to do it on his level. No.
Now Sammy Davis was more like the white clubs. He did a lot of vaudeville.
As far as an all black group or team that he was around, he was the first one to really do it like that,
by himself.
And he's the first person. Like it was the female actress on there. It was like she appreciated what he did because he was the first person who actually put like an overweight black woman on screen and made her a star.
Yeah.
So he really, I think people don't appreciate it. I mean, it's sad, you know. It's just human nature where we don't appreciate people what they do while they're living until they die. Then we look back like, damn, it really was.
Yeah, he did a lot of shit.
Trailblazing, you know what I'm saying? But he, if you look at the movie, it's a comedy, but it's more about a man who wouldn't take no for an answer. It's really the core.
That man.
Because they shut doors in his face. He say, "Fuck it, I'll do it on my own." Right. He made a comedy album. The major labels didn't want to do it, so he did it on his own. He went and made his own packages and sold out the trunk of his car. And really, a lot of rappers like Too Short, Master P, all of them give homage to him because they was doing it before they got big. They'd make their mixtape and sell out the trunk of their car just like how he was doing. So he kind of set the blueprint for a lot of black rappers and entrepreneurs who was in the entertainment business. Yeah. If you get shut out from the majors, do it yourself. It can be done. If I can do it, you can do it.
Yeah,
you know?
That's dope.
Yeah,
okay, shout out to Dolomite. That's what's up.
I'm telling you, that shit was hilarious. I felt bad because I was watching it and T, like, she went to the shower and I didn't even think to turn the shit off because it was just that good. She was like, she came back out like, you still watching this? I'm like, oh, my bad. Like, we can watch it again. I'm like, this shit is good. Like, it's that good. And plus, I love these type of movies where it's almost like a documentary type style, but it's so fucking funny.
Right.
Because, I mean, I'll be like this. Eddie Murphy, if he was still making these type of movies, he's not like he fell off, but it's like, bro, we would still be.
We want like, Harlem Nights, Life, Boomerang, Coming to. We like that Eddie Murphy. Coming to America, Eddie Murphy. Just me personally, like some people might. I wasn't a fan of Daddy Daycare and Pluto Nash and all that shit.
Oh yeah,
they could have got anybody to play that shit. I feel like Eddie Murphy's comedic talent was far exceeded those movies. You know what I'm saying? This is my personal opinion. Nutty Professor was like the last real great movie that I was like.
You gotta see Bowfinger though. That shit funny as fuck.
I've never seen Bowfinger, bro.
That shit funny as hell. Him, Steve Martin. That shit is hilarious. You gotta watch that. But shout out to Eddie Murphy because I know he's supposed to have a stand-up special that comes out.
That's what's
Oh,
yes.
I want to see that.
Oh yeah. Speaking of stand-up,
It's been a while since he did.
But you know he's gonna have a lot of pressure to live up to Delirious and Raw.
he only dropped those two, so I mean,
I know that's what I'm saying. Those are like super classic.
Yeah, he'll be all right. But I was gonna say, speaking of stand-ups, Arsenio Hall.
He did one?
Arsenio Hall?
He has a stand-up.
Recently?
It's on Netflix.
What?
You sound disappointed.
Oh, that shit is trash.
Oh,
That shit is
Hold up, bro. I thought she was gonna be like, that shit.
Oh,
Nah,
shit.
Oh, that disappointed me.
Jokes just weren't there. A lot of them were dated. Me and T was watching it last night, and we're just sitting there. And she's like, I'm like,
So basically you hear crickets chirping.
Damn.
no, I mean, he had a couple of funny jokes, but a lot of them, I was like, this just really ain't the crowd maybe for you. This ain't the jokes that will really rock right now. Like, a lot of your jokes just seem dated, bro. Like, this would have rocked maybe 3 or 4 years
Can you give
ago.
us an example of something he said?
Man, I completely watched that shit out of my brain. I'm not gonna lie. Like, well, the funny thing when he was talking about like people be mistaking him for different people and shit. So he's walking down the street and some kid was like, he was walking up to him. He's like, man, it felt good to still be recognized and this and that. And the kid walked on to him like, Wesley Snipes, can I get your autograph? So
Wesley don't even look like Wesley no more.
Exactly. He said, yeah, it's always I kick the kid in the fucking throat. I was like, yeah, there you go with the son and shit. Talk. That was a fuck the IRS. Like, tell Walking Food suck my dick.
I'm going back to Africa, motherfucker. Damn.
So, I mean, he had a couple of moments, but the shit started off so just like cringy. And I was like, this is kind of cringy, bro. Like, I can't watch it. Like, I might give it another chance later on down the line, but Arsenio, you gotta come better with that one, bro. Because, I mean, you're a funny guy. And we thought it was just gonna be him just kind of just telling funny stories, which would have been great. He could have just did that and we'd have been good to go.
Right.
But I don't know. I think he's
The only thing I really like when I came in, I said he didn't have the TV show anymore. So the only thing I saw him in was like Coming to America, like movies and stuff.
Oh,
I've
wow.
never seen a stand up for him or anything.
This show was funny though.
Show was funny.
I love this show. I remember watching that shit.
I mean, on the flip side, I finally watched the Deion Cole.
Bro,
that shit was.
that shit funny.
When he was talking about how motherfuckers be getting them fish bones out, he like, what a black person for that fuck with that fish, that shit look like pudding trying to get them bones out. I was like, damn right. We do not like bones, fish bones in our throat.
Only will.
Bruh.
I be tearing that fish up, boy.
Bruh.
My favorite one was the Jennifer Lewis joke. That was my favorite. How old are y'all? Nigga, y'all got about 30 summers left. I was like, oh shit. Like that shit hit home.
That shit
I was like,
he said it too, like that shit don't only sound good when I say it like this.
oh
Like,
shit.
Yeah, I felt bad too.
God
I'm like, damn, bro. I'm already 33. God damn.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be 63. Hopefully I'm not dead. Shit. But nah, that shit was funny, bro. Like the funniest part when he just goes through these jokes of like,
But you know, I didn't realize this till I looked it up. That was a routine of his way when he first started, where he would do that. That bit.
There was another comedian that used to do that though. That was like an older comedian, and I can't remember. He had like the paper and everything. I have to go back and look up the name. But yeah, there was another comedian. But it's dope. I think it's hilarious. I think it's hilarious.
Like when you go to Arby's, you think that's shortfall.
Bro, I was like, wait a minute,
damn,
hold
I
up.
never thought about that. Oh shit,
bro. I was like, you know how the meme of the nigga like, that was me. I'm like,
shit. I was like, damn, he might have a point right there.
Exactly.
Because it's funny because that one started off a little kind of like, all right, it's a little slow, but
yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Because that's what T was saying. That's what she thought was gonna happen with the Arsenio Hall, but it was like we were just sadly mistaken. So
yeah, because when I first heard Deion Cole, I was like, when it started off, I was like, okay, it's mildly funny. Then he just kept going deeper and deeper, and then I was like, yo, this shit is fucking hilarious.
That dude is funny, bro.
Yeah,
that shit fucking hilarious.
That dude is funny, bro.
He's talking about how motherfuckers be giving grace to God when God don't be wanting.
Listen, what? You looking for? You're like, damn, I need to smoke my weed.
Yeah.
Look at God. Nah, this ain't nothing but the devil. Where's my lighter?
when he had the white boy in the front, he was like, won't he do it? You know what that means, right?
No, he was like, you know who he is? And the white boy was like, no.
Bruh, I was just like, damn, this motherfucker. Like, how you don't know that, bro?
Bro, that shit was funny, dog.
Yeah, that was,
Yeah.
That was a good one. That was a good one. Shout out to Netflix though. You know, it was HBO that was bringing out the heat on them comedies because I'm real serious about stand-ups. I'm a huge stand-up fan.
I know it
like
is.
To me, it's kind of like how I view rappers. Like it's just my own personal standards. I'm not really serious about rappers if you can't tell a story. So with comedians, like I take comedians serious. Of course, if they in movies, they movie funny. But I really, really like comedians who are able to do stand up and be movie funny. You know what I'm saying? So it's like Deion Cole. You know, unfortunately, he hadn't really done a lot of movies like that. But not that I can think of. But his stand up game is strong. So it's surprising. I remember when he had a show a couple years ago.
I vaguely remember that.
It made like 6 episodes because it came on real late at night, like 11:30. It followed like a popular show. I think it followed the Daily Show maybe. It was so it didn't have a good time slot. I think that's why it didn't take off like it would have. But I always thought like when I'm at work, I'll play like Pandora Urban Comedians, and they would have skits from different black comedians.
Oh, okay.
I'll
have to check that out.
Yeah. Just go to Urban Comedians, and they play like all different bits from different, like a mixtape of comedians.
Yeah.
And Deion Cole would have some funny shit like here. Like he had one, he was talking about, damn, there's some thick ass women in here. Like y'all thick as cold peanut butter. And the crowd started laughing. Like, you know how hard it is to get cold peanut butter out of a jar, how thick it gotta be? And I was like, yeah, that shit. Just like he had the shit when he talking about his cousin. He was like, slap. Y'all steal my cousin's shit.
Oh, yeah,
something like
a
plan. I was like,
yeah.
That shit was funny though.
I might actually steal that shit.
I'm about to steal that.
Slap.
He's like, everybody know he in the closet. We don't know why the hell he wants
right.
to
Shit was fucking
Nigga, put on your shawl.
I love a good stand.
Yeah, man. It's therapy for sure.
So that's why I'm kind of disappointed in Arsenio Hall because
I mean, you can watch it for yourself. Maybe you might like it, but me and T just didn't really care for it. Like,
for the most part, though, we have the same style of what comedy we like. So usually, if you like a stand up, I like it. So I'll watch it, but I'll just have tempered expectations. Because if I had watched it without you telling me, I would have had high expectations. But with you already seeing it, I'm gonna go in with.
You can go on Netflix and watch Bill Burr. He's hilarious.
I've been hearing about that.
His podcast is hilarious.
Actually, you remember I know it's been a while. When I came to your crib one time, we was playing the game, and you was playing. It was a white comedian you was playing in the background, and he was talking about how black people act. I don't know who.
He wasn't white. That's Pablo Francisco.
Yeah. That motherfucker was hilarious. I meant to ask you about it. What's his name? Pablo Francisco?
Yeah, he be making like voices and shit.
Oh my God. I'm going to check that out. He was hilarious.
I love to see like other races make racial jokes. Because
that's why it was so funny.
If they make
He's going to make a black joke. You can't be like.
But I especially love to see like white men, not like, what's my man, not that have like the quote unquote black past, but like typical like
Gary Owens.
White, not like him, but like modern typical white middle aged white man. Like if you can make me laugh about some race shit, yo, you in there for me, dog. Like you in there for me because I'll be like, okay, all right.
Bill Burr definitely, yo. That dude.
I like Jeff Dunham too. I don't know why, but I just
absolutely love him.
Yeah, bro.
I can't stand him.
He cracks me up.
I see some of his shit. It's alright.
He cracks me up.
I don't like the puppets. I feel like
I love the puppets.
Watch Bill
Burr.
That's his thing,
though.
That's his thing.
I mean, he has some funny shit, but it's kind of hit or miss.
Yeah.
But I'm trying to think of some other comedians you might watch that's like white guys. Before I guess he was going through his shit, your boy who was jacking off in front of chicks. You know what I'm talking about. Louis C.K.
I don't really like to look at him though. Yeah. I'll listen, but I don't like to look at him.
But he's funny as shit. Like he's
once you started doing that, wow.
I like
Tom Segura. Watch him. He's hilarious. Tom Segura is funny as well. He's the one who makes the joke about like the first 48 and shit. He's like any place that the first 48's at, you should never go there. It's always like a black guy out there. He got a cigarette hanging out his mouth, and he talks really aggressive to the police. They're like, "Did you see?" Like, "Yeah, I saw a crackhead about a week ago." Like, "Yeah, you can't get some smoke."
Hey,
Bro, you gotta watch that shit. It's hilarious.
I like even though he had a show, people know him for his show, but Daniel Tosh, I seen some of his, but he
Tosh
Point
Yeah,
that guy? Oh, yeah.
He more of an asshole. He got asshole
like
comedy.
him.
But
I didn't know he was like
I've
a
heard
comedian
him.
like that.
What?
Yeah, he's
that
funny.
dude is hilarious.
He's funny.
His comedy is like over the hill dark. It's like, I love it.
I didn't know he was a comedian. Really, I just liked his show. When the dude who used to go to different cities and party all night, Insomniac, Dave Attell.
I don't know him.
Damn, bro, you never knew this?
I didn't know that till after the show.
See, that's the difference. Like, I grew up like watching these guys, so like I already knew about them because Dave Attell had a tour. It was him, Dane Cook, and it was one more guy. They used to be real loud and shit. Who was the one who used to be real loud back in the 90s and shit? You thinking about Kennison? Dane Cook is the guy who was in he's been in movies. He was like in Waiting and all type of other shit. He was in Good Luck Chuck. Like, that dude's hilarious too. But you know, Dave Attell's funny, man. Like if you trying to find some different races of comics, I know some.
I like it
because my biggest thing, and this might sound fucked up when I say it, but I hate when like black people, you're like, oh, what's your comedians? And they show them, you got like Earthquake and Shucky Ducky, Quack Quack, and I'm like, bro, do you not listen to anybody else?
Yeah.
I'm like, bro, you know there's other comics out there, right? And I don't want to listen to that white shit. I'm like, bro, this comedy. Like, what the fuck?
But you know what? And the weird thing about it, you be like, damn, I don't want to listen to white comedians. I'll be like, what? And then you be like, well, name some of your favorite comedy movies. Oh, I like Superbad. I like American Pie. I'm like, those are fucking white comedies.
Yeah, exactly. I'm like, bro,
I like Step Brothers. I'm like, so you are open-minded to other comedies. You just don't realize it. And,
bro, the moment I like Hamburger. I'm like, bro, nobody listens to Hamburger. Like, what the fuck?
Hamburger.
Like, that shit ain't. Yeah, that's all I know about him. Like, it ain't really funny like that. Like, okay, nothing to take away from them. I mean, they're funny guys, but I'm like, bro, you know, you can broaden your horizon a little bit. Listen to some other dudes like Aziz Ansari. That dude is hilarious as shit.
Crazy.
You know what I'm saying? Like, it's always different comedians that I love to listen to. Joe Rogan, hilarious. Like, that's why I love his podcast.
I just can't look Joe Rogan as a comedian because he's everything.
Yeah, Joe Rogan does everything.
Yeah,
like Fear Factor, fucking
UFC.
Oh, that's why I remember his name. Okay.
Oh, his comedy? What? I remember when he used to be on the show News Radio. See, that, like, I used to watch that shit. That shit was hilarious.
It's like, you watch Fear Factor, you see, oh, he has hair. That's not Joe Rogan. But
he's bald as fuck.
Yeah, he's bald as fuck. Now,
he's like swole as shit.
Yeah,
he'll fuck you up if you run up on him because he's like I don't know, 8th degree black belt Taekwondo master or something. Nah, he will fuck you up. You run up on Joe Rogan.
Yo, remember that show?
Beat your ass.
Discovery, where he was going around learning.
No, that wasn't him.
No, he had a show with him.
No, he was going around just doing shit. I don't think he was learning like martial arts.
No, he wasn't learning martial. He was like fighting or doing some shit.
I don't know.
I remember shit.
Speaking, have you guys seen Rhythm and Flow?
No,
not yet. I want to
that shit is funny.
I love it.
Yo, Cardi B lit on that shit.
I think that
I want to watch it for some reason.
I think
what episode
of all the music, I don't watch them in order. My roommate's watching. I just come down.
Hold on, is this like a contest?
Yeah,
it's a
contest it's a rap
American
contest.
Idol for
yeah,
black people.
But what I appreciated about it
really
is this is the first one that I see with black people where the talent is like legit. It's not like making the band. It's not like what's the other one? There was another one. What was the other one that came out recently?
Come on, man.
And people were singing and shit. And I don't know.
She said what people were singing.
People were singing and shit, but I don't know. But anyway, these people like they real life they got talent. Is what I'm saying.
Chose some trash people. I'm sorry.
I mean, you gotta do what you gotta do.
He chose some trash people.
But the competition itself is dope. Like, there's 2 people that I absolutely adore on there. So D Smoke is like my top favorite. The man is talented. Like,
is he a singer or a rapper?
He's a rapper, but he's a music teacher as well from Inglewood.
Oh,
and
wait.
He so he plays like a shit ton of instruments. So the one that I saw, they had to make their own song and a video to go with it. And he went in.
I'm sorry.
He went in and created his own beat. Like, he told the producer, he was like, listen, this is what we're gonna do. Like, drums, piano, everything. Like, created his entire beat and then made the song. And I was like, oh, he on some other shit. Like, and he be spitting some real shit. Yeah. And he raps in Spanish as well.
Yeah, that guy.
Like, I was like, damn, dog.
Yo, see, he has the edge over, not me not seeing it, but it seemed like he would have an edge over other artists because he really understands music.
Yeah.
Where they just coming in trying to.
They got the words, but they don't have like the technical understanding.
So he has better understanding and grasp of what his vision and
he
what he's
living up
trying
to
to go
it.
to.
He living up to
Yeah,
it. That's
who's
what's up.
a-
And they got a battle rap out of New York. He's dope too. Hispanic dude or whatever.
Yeah,
Like
he's
his
dope.
lines.
I gotta see him go through URL before I can take him serious. He gotta go through the ringer.
Oh, I don't know.
You gotta go
I
through
ain't never seen him do that. But
Dun,
apparently he
dun,
has
dun,
like
dun.
a following or whatever out there or whatever. But I mean, he be delivering them lines.
Yo, you know who I really like? T.I. is a very critical judge.
Yeah.
Very, very critical. That
I think
motherfucker
T.I.
is
when he
crazy.
judges, like he's very technical about what he does.
Yeah, I didn't realize the shit.
Whereas Chance, he's not as technical, so he sounds like an asshole, but he's being honest. Like there was one, he was like, yeah, after a while the song just kind of plateaued, and then it was like, okay, when's it gonna be over?
Damn.
See, I was like, dang, but it was like, but everyone felt that way. Like everybody was like, okay, that's it.
You know, it's like Cardi was actually a good judge too. I was like, yo, she's actually basically
She judging what she know.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's like to make money.
No,
money.
that's her shit. Like she's like, listen,
Like,
when you walk in front of these
sound
white
like it's
people,
gonna make money.
all they want to know is how you gonna get these dollars. Are you marketable? Are you gonna get clicked? Are you gonna
That's
get these
all
streams?
she was talking
And,
about. I was
and-
like, yo.
and I was like, shit, if the girl don't know how to do nothing else,
Yeah,
she can get
I
these
mean,
streams.
because like some
She can be
dudes that
relevant.
were good came up to her, and I was like,
She can
she's
be
like,
relevant.
well, how do you know? I wonder how you can make me money off
Yeah,
of this. You
how
know,
you
that's
can
I
make
was
the
like,
money.
all right, you know, makes
Cardi.
sense.
Yeah,
Even if they
she's
good,
funny.
like you know, you gotta have hitters. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Pretty
I
much.
can appreciate the balance in judges where some judges might be like looking more about your talent as far
Mhm.
as your actual music,
Mm-hmm.
and she looking at it like
From the
From
business
the
side.
business side.
Yeah.
No, this is
yeah.
they have a good panel of judges.
Mhm,
You know,
yeah.
they really do. Like
I might
T.I.
watch
They had Snoop as a guest judge. He was fucking hilarious. He was hilarious.
They had on New York. They had fucking
Fat Joe and Jadakiss.
Jadakiss.
Yeah.
What you mean? All the different.
So they each
Each
Chance,
city,
T.I. and Cardi each went back to their respective cities and brought people from their cities there, and then they compete and they cut them out. Whoever's at the bottom,
Oh,
whatever.
okay. I
Yeah,
guess.
yeah.
Okay.
But they choose, you know, like
They gotta
Give
give
that
people from
city.
Miami now, bro.
well, they didn't do Miami. That's why I was
They
like,
gonna
yo,
do it, and you know what?
What's
You know
gonna
what they
be
should have on there?
Pitbull? Pitbull about to be
Well,
on
they
there.
could have him on it. They
Ricky
should
Ross.
T-double-D.
Double D.
Trick Daddy Dollars, bro. Like, say what you want. The motherfucking, he put out some hits.
yeah,
In the
but
past.
I mean, yeah, he
I'm gonna
doing
be honest.
shit now.
Yeah, but I mean, like, if you look at,
What's up, Keish?
I mean, you got Uncle Luke, you know what I'm saying, who hit Miami on the bad with basement. But as far as a real rapper, the first rapper from Miami in my lifetime, I can think of that fit it on the map was Trick Daddy Dollars. When we heard Nam, we was like, who the fuck is this
Yeah, I
nigga?
know.
Yeah, I mean, I ain't denying that he.
So I'm just saying, like,
but
out of respect out of that,
I
mean,
feel like he could be a guest judge, but I wouldn't want him to be a judge because I feel like he's
he'll
not.
probably.
He's still stuck in that era.
Yeah.
Like he hasn't progressed.
So you like to see like Rick Ross maybe?
It'll probably be Pitbull.
If it was Rick Ross, I would want him on there from the business standpoint. I think he know how to make
Yeah,
money.
he does know.
He know how to market shit.
I'm
Yeah.
sorry,
Well,
but
I think they would probably put, and fair or not, but they probably would put Khaled on it, DJ Khaled.
nah.
Is he's from Miami?
Yeah,
No, that's
Oh,
Miami.
oh, okay.
I don't know where he's from, but he's from Miami.
Nah, I could not have
Alabama
that.
shit,
Nah, he
yeah.
can't be on that.
Oh.
He's not a good. He was like, yo, I liked it. He like everything.
He's just weird.
Fucking
He's
TJ
like,
Khaled. This is like,
No, this
I'm biased
this
because he don't eat
video.
vagina, so I'm biased.
That motherfucker, he like, this is a chandelier. I'm like, bro, why are you talking like that? Like, it's just weird, but it'd be good. I mean, if you gonna have a female on there, I would say Trina, but I mean, nah. You might as well just have, what's the new chick?
I just had Jackie O on there.
No.
No. If they can get it, like I
Had
said,
Kaya on it.
Oh,
She's
God.
not even from.
no, they gonna have fucking what's his name?
What the fuck you talking about?
Haitian dude. What's his name?
Kodak Black.
Kodak Black.
He locked up like a
Oh,
motherfucker right
yeah,
now.
he locked up. He said he appreciate this
They
time.
say he's gonna
giving
get
him
more
some time to
time
think.
because they say he beat up a inmate and a correction officer. I
Bro,
just seen that shit. Like they see he beat the shit out of him.
That's the finesse kid, bro.
Yes, kid.
Fuck what y'all heard, man. I fuck with Kodak.
I like Kodak.
You know what? I appreciate him.
I
I
fuck
appreciate
with him,
him.
bro.
I feel like he is a huge product of his environment.
Yes, he
and
is.
once you look
He
at
acts
him in
like
that lens,
Yes.
it's easier to take him. Like he's not, you know what I'm saying? So I appreciate him.
I mean, for people who lived there or been down there, when you see it and then you see him, you like, yep.
Yeah.
Yep, that's why, like I said, all the shit that happened from a lot of these dudes from Miami and all around them areas, when they do and say shit, I'm like, yep, I lived there, so yeah, it's normal. I don't like it, but it's normal.
Kodak Black remind me of how from him being so connected to the community, he represented so hard to people I've met in the same light as Lil Boosie. From people I've met from Baton Rouge, they're like, yo, that's really how them niggas be acting. Like, that's how Lil Boosie is. That's how they be acting. How they talk, the mannerisms. So
I love Lil Boosie.
He sounds so weird. Like, you really talk like that?
Oh, I thought you said he smelled weird.
No, he sounds weird. He's like, you really talk like that?
I'm like, how you know that? This is one thing I wanted to talk about it. I mean, I know you still got more stuff to talk about, but I want to talk about rap real quick. We didn't talk about like Gucci Man.
Gucci Mane.
Talk about what?
And
his beef with the Breakfast Club.
Beef with the Breakfast Club.
Oh, we didn't talk about that.
And I never get a chance to talk about that. And that shit is wild.
It is hilarious.
Now, from what I understand, his beef is when they had Yo Gotti on, and Yo Gotti was talking about how he used to smash his wife. That was part of the song.
That's a little part of it.
Okay.
The biggest part is he had a problem with Angela Yee and DJ Envy. And Angela Yeeks, because it was an interview that they had on the Breakfast Club, maybe I want to say about a year or two ago when Gucci got out, and he was like, yo, you used to hit me up in my DMs, blah, 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 I ain't want to, just turn, I ain't want to do nothing. And she was like, all right, never hit you up in your DMs, blah, 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 whatever, cool. And then they went ahead and played an old interview they had. This was with Fat Gucci. This was Fat Gucci. Yeah. And they were talking about, it was like, I heard what they say about one of them Asian girl pussies, and she was like, what, that they deep and all that shit and blah blah blah, like they was talking, and he was like, man, look, man, you hit me up, you was talking nasty and shit to me, like it is what it is, like I ain't really want you.
So when I saw the original one where they were like talking and it was like, oh, what you heard that they deep or whatever like that, it looked like flirty banter to me.
It did to me.
Like it didn't look like she was like, come get that. It looked like flirty banter. Now if she was in the DMs, that's something different. That's something different. But yeah, so he said that he thought that he heard that he was banned from the show because of that.
Yeah.
But then he said his issue with DJ Envy was he was like, basically he was more so like, you can talk shit about me, but you brought it to my wife too, so me and him gotta have a conversation. And he was like, basically like, if he jumps stupid, I'm gonna slap his ass.
I'm gonna slap shit out.
Like he was like, we gotta have a conversation, and if he jumps stupid, I'm gonna slap his ass. And he was like, he know we here, he know we in the studio. He could have stopped and stopped in and said what's up now, but he didn't. DJ Envy, like, he not a gangster, so.
DJ Envy, to me, that motherfucker, he got a lot of hoish ways.
He not a gangster. He's like one of them niggas. He reminds me. He's like a pot stirrer. Like he'll start some shit and then step back. Like he'll want to. Like he's not gonna stand toe to toe, blow for blow with somebody. Like I just don't see that happening unless it's absolutely necessary.
My whole problem with that, as far as the DJ Envy thing, like I say, from what I've been hearing and how it's coming about, if he said some shit about Gucci Mane's wife or brought something to the attention that Gucci didn't like, he should address that, because when Jesus Amaro, I keep saying that. Jesus Amaro had said something about his wife in a joking manner. As soon as they came in the studio, he tried to G-check her.
But this is the weird part. They was like, yo, you saw us in the hallway. You could have talked to us about it in the hallway, but you chose to try to break stupid on here. He's like, okay, we thought, we was all cool. We was joking. I'm sorry. Like, my bad. We won't, it was just a joke. I didn't mean to joke. They apologized. And Envy just kept going in. And that's when Deezus and them like, all right, cool. We good, or do we need to go outside for 5 minutes real quick? Because we can run the fade. Like, if you really feel that way. So it's like, what you're not going to do is, like, try to sun me. If you said I did something wrong, I apologize. Cool. Yeah. But you're not going to sun me. Right. So, come on now, Envy. You did the same thing. So that man want to... But just the difference between Deezus and Meryl and Gucci. Gucci has killed somebody.
I was about to say that. Fuck with the Wobster if you want.
Exactly. Keep fucking with drop top wop.
Multiple somebody.
He's still in the center.
Exactly. Listen. Like, stop. Don't play with that man, because he's different now. He's changed.
He's been with the shits. Okay, and it's still there. It's still there. So.
But
I think it's also important to note that, because people took that and they ran with it, but the majority of his interview with Charlamagne, it was very good. Like, he talked about all the things that he experienced, all the books that he read while he was in prison. His favorite author is a black man. Like, he talked about some real shit. Yeah, he talked about some real shit. So shout out to him, man. Shout out to the girl. Shout out to and not being ashamed of it. You know what I'm saying? Like, he even talked about the little spat that he had with one of the dudes from the Amigos or whatever.
Oh yeah, you talking about Takeoff?
Yeah, he was like immediately like I called him, or he talked to him privately like off the thing or whatever. He was like, I didn't mean it that way, blah blah blah. But he was like, so Charlamagne was like, y'all still cool? He was like, not really, but I understand. Like, I apologize. There ain't nothing more that I can do, and I can understand sometimes people misunderstand things, and that was it. And I was like, you know what? I can.
You apologize.
You growing, dog. You growing.
Yeah,
he said when he saw Monica, he apologized to her. Like when he saw her in person. So
yeah,
that's big, dog.
You know what I got from that interview too? And like, okay, I'm not gonna say that he seemed uneducated before, right? Because I don't want to feel that way. I just feel like he was just like around what he was around, so he just brought whatever that energy was around. Like if he was around ignorant, wild shit, he acted.
Yeah.
It seems like he's like, yo, I'm on a whole different vibe now, bro.
Yeah.
Like I'm still Gucci. I still might fuck you up,
I still slap your ass.
But
you gotta do some extreme shit.
Yeah.
I'm too grown. I got too much to lose now. He probably ain't like the fat Gucci with the ice cream cone on his face. He, ain't no telling what the fuck he might do.
Listen,
so
they got a tattoo on the face.
Does he still have that tattoo?
No, he got it removed.
Oh, that's what's up.
Yeah, because it really made no sense.
It really did not make any sense. I don't understand why I did that.
I mean, I get it, but I'm like,
probably on the
should have had it somewhere else.
What you on the model when you did that?
This is great part. He talked about how he was on that lean.
Yep. He said he got to go through withdrawal and shit.
He said that shit is bad, dog. He was like, yo, I was fucked up.
And I appreciate him being honest about that because I feel like a lot of rappers now, like they do it, they just make it seem like it's so cool. But he was like, listen, like, of course.
Well, he did, but he kind of spoke out against it too.
Oh, he did?
He did, but he said it was a hard habit to kick.
I'm sure it is.
He admitted that it was a hard habit.
I mean, the man has had seizures as a result, and he had
Rick Ross was on it.
So I'm sure it is a hard habit to play.
And that's what killed DJ Screw. And they alluded to that's how Pimp C died.
Yeah, that's what I heard.
Okay. I think they needed to be very I appreciate them being honest about that because it's not something cool.
They say it. I think they say if you drink too much of it, it'll slow your heartbeat down so much where
it's codeine.
Right.
Yeah.
You'll just die.
Too much of anything is bad in general.
But just still to like talk about like when it came to what Angela Yee had said, like when she was like, yo, he's not banned, blah 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 blah, right? I just feel like that it gets to a point where it's like, yo, you see that conversation probably ain't going nowhere with him. Just let it go. Like her defending herself on the Breakfast Club when he called her all type of bitches and all that shit. I understand that. Like you gotta defend yourself on that one. Everything else after that, I'm like, you know what? If y'all gonna obviously there's a truth in there somewhere. We don't know what the truth is. We got your side, his side. We got to know what the truth is. Until somebody pops out of the blue with some DMs and receipts and shit, I'm about to say,
don't them go away, right? DMs don't go away, do they? I don't know.
I know. I've heard people say
unless you deleted them.
Snapchat and Twitter can go away, but you don't know who done snapshotted this shit already. Once they snapshot it,
that's forever.
And they repost that shit back on the internet.
Yeah. I mean, like I said, I don't want to make it seem like she wilding out and she tripping because I mean she's definitely right to feel the way she feels. If she feel like this man is disrespecting her, yeah, you should say something about it. But it getting to a point like it's Gucci man. It's getting to a point where it's like, bro, he's adamant in how he feels. It's like, all right, fuck it. You feel the way you feel. I know it's not the truth. Fuck it. Ain't nothing else I can do about it. Hopefully they can have a sit down, talk about it. Like, all right, cool, we good. But I know Envy better shut the fuck up.
Yeah,
I know Charlamagne did a one-on-one with Gucci recently in an interview. And
that's what we talking about.
Yeah, that's what he said. He was like,
God, no, that's what we talking about.
But I was going to say that I've seen a headline where she was like, sounded like she had something about, said something about Charlamagne, like he shouldn't have been laughing so much about.
Oh, I did. I vaguely heard something about that.
I know where was going with
she
that.
felt like he should have basically defended her kind of thing or whatever.
You leave now. You better not talk back.
But okay, first of all, it's Charlamagne. Like,
I don't
like he gonna poke the bear. That's what he gonna do.
My thing is like, bro, like if that man laughing, it's like, okay, you kept that energy when it came to, when K Michelle and all that shit. Motherfucker was talking about how her pussy stank and shit like that. You was egging that shit the fuck on. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, come on, man. Like,
they got a lot going on.
Bro, Breakfast Club is what it is when it comes to them. But I'm just like, come on, man. Like, you can't pick and choose when you want to be outraged about some shit. If you did the same thing, not saying it's right. I'm like, it's different if Charlamagne like, oh, so you gonna slap the shit out of her, blah, blah, blah. Like, he laughing at it. Because it's like, Charlamagne probably think like, bro, let me not make this man agitated. Because this man might fuck me up. Like, because this is still Gucci man. So let me at least let him know, like, hey, I'm a friendly face here from the Breakfast Club. Let's see what we can do here, so we can at least try to squash some shit, because we don't know what happened after that interview. They could have sat down and talked a little bit more, like, all right, blah blah blah, whatever. Again, I'm not saying Angela's wrong. I just feel like some things, why get bent out of shape about? It is what it is. There's nothing you can do about that. What you gonna do? Not fuck with Charlamagne no more? I mean, let's keep it funky. It's the Charlamagne show anyway. Like, Breakfast Club is the Charlamagne show.
I mean, I like her little report that she be doing,
That's it.
It'd be cute.
That's all she got, bruh. Because this what happens. Charlamagne be talking about some shit. He'll talk about this, and that. Envy will say some dumb shit that don't make no fucking sense to the conversation. And then Angela, she'll kind of almost repeat the same shit that somebody just said. You like, go back to Charlamagne, bro. Like, go back to him, dog. Like, come on, man. Like, nothing against him. I'm just saying, like, we know, everybody know who's all watching the person. Like, we all know we're watching Charlamagne. Like, yeah, come on, man. He's exceeded.
Shout out to him. He was at Winthrop last week.
I know. I didn't get a chance to go.
Mental health awareness
I'm so
session,
mad.
So that's dope. Yeah.
I'm so mad. I wanted to go so bad.
My roommate went and she filmed some of it. They were talking about some real shit. Michelle was up there too. So
yeah, I wanted to talk to him.
It was dope.
Cause I was like, hey, what's up? I know people from your town. Come help us.
I just saw her share the thing. I was like, oh,
He talked about it on his last episode, and when we was coming back from Columbia, I was like, fuck, I got, I'm gonna try to go, but by the time I got off work, got home, and got situated, I was like, bro, I'm tired.
Yeah.
So it kind of sucked, because I feel like I'm always missing my chance to actually speak to this person. That's why, like, to this day, I'm so, like, just down. Yeah, because I be looking at a job, like, nigga, you know him. Y'all went to school together, like, the fuck? Like, you know him. Like, it's not like you know of him. You know him. Like, he knows you. It's like, God damn it. Like, bruh, I hate being so close in proximity to somebody that I can learn from. I'm like, bruh, like, you have a lot of knowledge, man. Like, I want to learn from this guy, man.
Yeah.
Like, he's a dope individual. Like, he's just really dope. And he seems to always just give great advice to people from at least the Carolinas, and he always wants to help people. So it's like, man,
he be doing his part, man. He be reaching back. Each one teach one.
Exactly. He might help out the Unfamous Podcast, and we might get famous. Hey, I'm ready for it. Anything else on the docket, guys?
Can we talk about toxic masculinity?
Yes,
and toxic femininity. I just love that term.
Word though.
What,
like
toxic?
No, femininity.
It's like saying Worcestershire sauce.
I still can't say that shit right. I looked it up and I was like, when I looked up how to pronounce it, I was like, why they put them extra letters in there like that? That shit dumb. Like,
yeah, thank you. It makes me mad.
That shit made me mad, dog. Yeah.
Femininity.
Shout out to Angel. She can't say lemonade. She say lemonade.
Wow.
Cracks me up every time.
Wow.
Hey, Angel, love you, girl.
I ain't mad at that.
I say women laid, but that's a whole different subject.
Women, because women get laid.
Oh yeah.
So yeah, I guess I wanted to ask you guys, like, what do you define the toxic masculinity as? Because that's my first thing. I find that people don't have the same definition, so I had to look that shit up. Like, I was like, what the fuck we saying?
I ain't gonna lie, I really don't know.
I don't have a definition, but masculinity was
I'm looking at it.
No, I'm talking about your shit making noises.
I don't know why.
I don't know. But it's like, all right, say
They had Pornhub Premium.
exactly.
It's just damn internet here.
Yeah. So all right, like growing up back in the day, like, my grandfather and them, I mean, I didn't know it was toxic until like it's now thinking about it. It's like, oh, I don't want to see you out here, playing, I guess being with a bunch of dudes, that shit gay or things like that. I'm like, bro, these my friends. Like he would say things like, if I see you in a car full of dudes, you know what I'm saying, I'm thinking you gay. I'm like, bro, we driving to the mall to go get some bitches. Like, what you talking about? Like, what the fuck? So that's always like, it was always this weird thing where you just, everything got to be gay or, stop being so soft. Like, you're not allowed to cry. Like, not even allowed to talk about your feelings. Like, I see that even now. Like, say I might put something on Facebook, like, I'm just feeling down today. It's always that one person that got to say some dickhead shit. You know what I'm saying? Now, mind you, I just take it for what it is. It's like, oh, man, you cheating your feelings. Or they're like, oh, man, you sound like this. I'm like, bro, I'm having a moment. I should be able to have that. And I feel like the toxic masculinity in most men is like, yo, you can't show weakness. It's so taboo for us to just be open and say, like, nah, bro, like, I'm sad. Like, I cry. or I'm depressed or anything like that, because we're always viewed as we have to be the strong ones. We always have to be I don't have any feelings, like fuck all that, I'm good. Or what I'm saying, somebody died at a funeral, I'm not gonna cry because I have, like, nah, fuck that, bro. Like, we all have emotions and feelings too. So I always feel like that's, to me, what toxic masculinity was.
Yeah, I agree with that part as well, and just like how I was saying, where I've heard comedians joke about it, but I've heard elder men when they talk about how they deal with their women, like when they come home from work or whatever, and of course some men don't want to hear their woman nagging, but sometimes I've heard men say, like, my woman be talking to me and shit, I don't be wanting to hear what she got to say, and I just be nodding or agreeing or kind of putting off what she's saying, and it's like, she might be telling you something important, but a lot of men feel like, if it's not the dialogue they want to hear, and I guess that's kind of human nature too, it's kind of like they just dismissive of what a lot of women say, and don't really value their opinions as much, because they always feel like they woman nagging. I don't know the nature of the relationship, but sometimes even if a woman, it seems like sometimes even when a woman is trying to express her emotions or how she feel about a particular topic or issue that's going on, a lot of men just automatically assume it's just nagging and not really hearing the woman's perspective and kind of shutting her off because they feel like it's just really not worth their time to listen to. And I think that's a dangerous game to play, of just being premeditated and judging what the context of the conversation will be when your lady is trying to talk to you, and just kind of blowing it off as just her nagging or bitching about something without really engaging in a conversation with her to really understand where she's coming from. So that's a lot of things I've gotten from men, younger, from a lot of men. Not saying they was intentionally like telling me to be like that, but listening how they dealt with their relationships, it's kind of like they just let the woman talk and then shut the fuck up and then go watch the game and then just go with the emotions, what I'm saying, without really engaging with the woman to find out what's really the problem.
How about you, Asmando?
So, like, I mean, I feel like when, growing up and stuff, like, I didn't really experience it that much. Because, like, my dad always treated my mom like, like how you supposed to treat a woman. And they taught me that. I see that there is shit out there, like, like guys treating her, like beating on their woman and stuff like that. And me personally, I wouldn't do that kind of shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, what?
I didn't even catch that shit.
Yeah,
you saw the neck roll, like
she looked like
you
yeah,
damn motherfucking right.
I fuck you like your shit.
Exactly. I'll come to work like, I'm like, you good, bro? Oh, I feel understood, bro.
Like, bro, what's the thing?
Like, nigga, you got
this is like,
you got the lie.
I don't know, like, how could somebody could, come and do that shit? You know what I'm saying? How could they, get their mindset to do that kind of thing? I always respect anybody.
It's always about your upbringing,
True.
It's about, they've seen it in their life, and they just.
I mean, I always respect anybody's opinion. Like, I wouldn't turn down what a woman has to say because she's a woman. You know what I'm saying? Like, that doesn't make any sense to me. Like, they're a person as well. You're a person. You have a person-to-person conversation. So I don't see what's the point in even arguing that. You know what I'm saying? But I understand there's like a lot of old heads out there that think a certain way. Women has to do this and that. I'm like, that doesn't make any sense. Not in today's time, at least. I mean, I do feel though like everybody fits their own role. Like, women do way better things than men do. You know what I'm saying? In certain aspects, and men do way better things than women do in certain aspects, and that's the reason why we're here. It's male and female to accommodate each other, essentially.
So what's your definition of toxic masculinity?
My definition of toxic masculinity is basically, it's hard to say because everybody, I feels like everybody feels different about it. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Especially women too. It's like one way a guy treats a woman might not be toxic masculinity. A woman, you know what I'm saying? She might, I'm okay with that. But no, I mean, depends how, you can't really name it.
Yeah, that's how I feel.
So that was my thing. Like when we had it came from I saw a dude, he wrote a comment underneath the post, and he was like, "I don't believe toxic masculinity exists."